Hey, welcome to this new stream. Hopefully, some of the hiccups that I had the last stream with trying to stream Final Fantasy will get corrected on this. Did a couple adjustments, a couple of changes. For anyone that saw that stream, I do apologize. Looks like I probably just had the output just not right on the settings here. So I got that fixed. That should be better now for the next time that comes around. So we'll see what that comes up on Friday when it comes down to doing that stream. So hopefully, I'll probably do a little test stream here later on after this and see if it's streaming better for Final Fantasy. Hopefully, it does, and that takes care of all the little different loops here. But today we're doing Star Trek Online, and for those who may have seen the first stream that I did with Star Trek Online, I had myself muted almost the entire time. I do see that this time at least my mic is catching stuff, so that is a better sign than before, which I wasn't paying attention to the entire stream. Went through almost the entire thing before someone in chat hopped on and said muted, and turns out I was. Do apologize for that. Hopefully, as I get back into everything, my process of things will get better and better. It's been a little while. I will admit that it's been a while since I've done some streaming. Excuse me. So, anyways, I'm doing a new character here in Star Trek Online. I've chosen a Jem'Hadar Vanguard, and that's just something different. And so I'm going to go through to do the storyline, and I'm not going to let the storyline actually play. So that's something I'm going to do different here on this versus on like Final Fantasy when I just set a new character. I'm not going to be skipping the storyline cutscenes. There's a few of them that you'll see. In fact, hopefully I can have it playing just low enough here for me to hear it and not have it echo on the stream here, so hopefully that'll work out quite well. Otherwise, I'll just probably plug in some headphones and go with that route so I can listen to it that way. Anyways, let's go ahead and hit engage and start the game. For those of you who are new to Star Trek Online, I'm not new to it. I've played it since the alpha stage, so that's been quite a few years now. I did stop for a period of time of about probably about 2 years. So my abilities and knowledge of it has become quite rustic and old and antiquated, and so I'll be probably sitting down with some friends later on after the stream, probably the next couple of days here, and really get caught up on the best setup for this particular captain here as I get started anew and do some things that doesn't necessarily need to be streamed, like cleaning ships and getting some of the gear and equipment for it. So, once again, this is the initial cutscene when you pick a Jem'Hadar race for starting off with. Every race has their own way of starting. Some will start early on in the actual game storyline. The three main races that this game started off with was the Federation, Klingon, and Romulan. Those are the three main races. Jem'Hadar came later. There's also a Discovery Star Trek line that is part of here, and the other one is it's a kind of a historical vintage Star Trek story, and all of that has its own storyline with those as well. So you kind of see where it takes off and where it goes from there, and just kind of follow the scenes for everything. if you play through the storyline on Federation or some of the others, you kind of get caught up on what's going on here with the Jem'Hadar.
Their likely destination is the shuttle facility and landing area.
For those who are curious, hitting Z switches the weapon that you have equipped.
Get up! Run! Well done. You drove the escapees into a...
More escapees ahead. They have yet to detect our presence.
We should keep
I
moving.
recommend we keep it that way.
An additional dose of Ketracel White provides a temporary boost.
Boss, we got incoming. That shuttle ready yet?
A large number of prisoners are escaping the facility and heading your way. Stop them.
And typical kill whatever you can. That's how most of these missions are.
I have seen enough. Computer, end program. Remember, victory is life.
Your leadership skills are sound. I am Ego Ixton, and I would be honored to follow you in battle. I offer my service.
You fight well. I see now why the Honored Elder chose you for this duty. I am Rem Taral. It would be good to serve under your command. I offer my services to you and your unit.
A well-executed operation. You showed initiative and inspired others to follow your lead and achieve success. Your promotion to first is all but assured. All that remains is confirmation from the Vorta commander. I will take you to him now. Follow me. Take this turbo lift to the bridge. You are to speak to the Vorta known as Wayun. He awaits you there, along with his adjutant, Loris, and a founder. I trust you appreciate the need to report to the lead Vorta as soon as possible. He is not the only one evaluating you.
Prepare the fleet. We need to reach the Bejor system as soon as possible.
Of course, Founder. You'll be ready for transit within the hour.
One thing about this game that's kind of nice and fun is you'll recognize a lot of faces, a lot of voices, because they do pull a lot of characters directly from the series and shows that's out there. So that's one of the fun things about this game that you're more than likely going to see a lot of.
Welcome. Honored Elder Dukan Rex speaks quite highly of you. After evaluating your latest performance, you can see the praise is well earned. I'm pleased to inform you that the Founders have chosen to bestow the rank of First upon you. Continue to serve them well. I would expect no less. But one more thing. The Founders, in their wisdom, have also granted you the right to report directly to them when necessary. Speak to your gods is quite an honor. Unexpected. Live the most unusual. The Founders will contact you when they have need of your skills. In the meantime, I suggest you prepare yourself, your unit, and your ship for service. Speak with my adjutant, Loris Folk. She'll help you prepare for the challenges ahead in the Alpha Quadrant. Remember, victory is life.
Greetings and congratulations on your promotion. I am Loris Folk. I will help you maximize your efforts to bring glory to the Founders.
One thing I should note for anyone that's looking to play the game,
Someone will assist you.
as a Gemini dog, you do, in I think a couple of the other races, you do start off at level 60. Federation, Klingon, and Romulan, you start off at level 1. This is a note in case you're curious why this character's already 60, as you can see up here.
Acquire a different vessel or switch the ship you'll command. Each ship requires certain bridge officers to function efficiently. Be certain you have the officers you need before heading out. Report to Wayne when you are ready to depart. He will distribute the technical light for your unit at that time.
Sorry, I just had to shut the window.
Exit the way you came in. Turn right, then head left and enter requisitions.
Now, one thing I do have advantage of is I already have a good collection of ships, and I'm probably going to pick one of my Jem'Hadar ships that I already have. I'm not sure I'm going to go with that one, but I do want to get a couple of these here. I think I'll go with the warship here. There we go. Sometimes the map is not perfect. You have some areas that are closed, like you saw one of the locked doors. This is some of the ships that you can get. These ones here, you have to have a little bit of dilithium here to be able to purchase it. This is actually a night ship. I actually do have it on a couple characters. And you actually started off with it, too. I want to switch over to... Let's see... That was... I got level up for that one, I believe. Done. Ship manager. Let's take a look at. So one of the things just to be aware of, you can actually select different items from other ships. You can pull them in just like I just did just recently. Just barely. Like any ship, every ship is going to have kind of a similar thing. Unfortunately, they don't necessarily give you the greatest of gear when you start off on any character. Some of the gear you kind of have to gain and acquire over the time. I will probably end up switching out a lot of the stuff that's on this particular ship and then go from there. Go back over here and continue on our missions.
Are you prepared for combat? The Founder has ordered the fleet to battle stations. We'll depart as soon as you are ready. Can you vouch for the loyalty of your men? Then receive this reward from the Founders.
One thing I have noticed with the Ketra Cell White on these characters, it's not necessarily important that you have.
How unfortunate. I believe this will be a teachable moment for our newly promoted first. Horace?
This isn't necessarily what you need to do, what I recommend doing.
I agree, of course.
It's what I'm used to doing.
First, I'd like you to move ahead of the fleet and eliminate the swarmers. Take out the derelict vessels as well. They'll attract more vermin otherwise.
Important thing to have is always the full input because it just makes things a lot better. Space. Now, I will say this, that the equipment that you get on a lot of the ships, like on a brand new ship, it's not necessarily the best, like I said, but it's also not the worst that's out there. There's some better stuff that you can get that better matches what your playstyle is. You can see a lot of my captains that's on my ship here. They don't have any skills. Something that I'll get corrected at a later time. To where I can play the storyline even with it working the way it is right now. So. And if you don't see green on all your weapons here, I recommend doing it. The way you can do it is just by right-clicking on it, and it'll turn it green so that it's part of the weapons that fires. Typically, space in Star Trek Online is you fire all weapons. If it's not, you can set it in the keybinds. You know, these swarmers, as they are behind you, or typically wear down your shields.
Our new first will surely prevail.
Not much you can really do if they get behind you, besides just kill them as quick as you can.
All ships, gather near the wormhole entrance. All ships, prepare for transit to the Alpha Quadrant.
As of this moment, we are all dead. We go into battle to reclaim our lives. This we do gladly, for we are Jemadar. Remember?
I have a task I'd like you to handle personally. There's a Zen-Kepi battle station in this sector. It's heavily damaged and in danger of being destroyed in combat. I need you to extract a high-value target from it before that happens. The fleet will clear a path for you to the station. You will then beam down with an away team and escort Zen-Kepi Admiral Zen Talak to safety.
I will make our intentions clear to the Alliance before they open fire on us.
What? The Dominion is on our side?
Hurry! We don't know our target's status. We've entered transporter range to the station first. Our senses have detected the Admiral. He is on the station's upper level, in the command area. I recommend haste. The Herc are likely to overrun the station, and soon. Find the Admiral and get him to safety.
And once again,
Hadar, here? If you come to help, you will be welcomed. If not, today, the same Kepi. He's caused enough trouble for one day. Take him away, English.
The one nice thing is if you do happen to die, you can get revived by one of your ground member team, or you can simply just respawn and start all over again on the ground. If they happen to die, then someone needs to revive them. But if all of you die, then the nice thing is when you respawn, it comes right back up, and you typically don't lose like where you are in the mission in particular. Yeah, here's the admiral that we're looking for.
Jim Hadar, not delivering as I was expecting, to be certain, but I will not refuse your aid. Very well. I am a war shuttle on this station near the escape pods. I'll give you access to that.
I know a lot of people will pick up the stuff. I kind of just let it go because I'm not too worried about it. Most time it's just junk items, but you can take those items and turn around and sell it for a little bit. And if you're looking to make some EC in the game, that's one good way of making something fairly quick. You can even get some decent items that are gear or weapons and be able to use that to save up and make some EC real quick to buy a ship that you might have on your sites. One of the best things I can recommend is to basically save any EC that you have and find the ship that matches what you're looking to do for your skill set and desires, and be able to use that to kind of focus in on what ship you want to use. Some people like to play around with all the different ships and learn everything. It definitely is recommended. It definitely is my recommendation as you do things that you get all the ships you can and level them up to the max level on the ship itself, because you'll gain some ship skills as a result of doing that. And a new character you don't have a whole lot, but as you get more ships along the line, whether you buy them or you get a hold of them in some fashion, you can definitely make use out of it and learn some different skills that will help out with becoming a better pilot overall. And that's a lot of it, is just finding ships that have this particular skills that you look for and you want, that's going to make you it's going to give you the skill set that you're looking for.
Jim Hadar, huh? This game just gets
So
more interesting. If you're here for a fight,
every tier 6 ship has its set of skills. That's a tier 6 skill that you can equip and utilize and get some different space combat items, and that will allow you to
3 minutes is an acceptable time frame.
basically be able to do certain things.
Don't tarry once the demolition.
I'll show you some of the stuff here on this particular ship. Like this ship here, its ship skill here is Tricks of the Trade. It's a pretty decent little item here that you can make use of if you use a lot of auxiliary power to structural integrity, which is basically a heal. This also works with any miracle worker ability. But once again, just the more that you add in there, the better off you are. The more you gain, because everything is added skills that allows you to do different things and accomplish whatever purpose you're looking to do in the game. One of the biggest things with Star Trek Online is not like traditional MMO games in which you have a tank, a DPS, a healer. That's actually like required classes to have. The nice thing about it is you could be all of that in the right setup, or none of it, and do kind of your own little thing. If you want to be a science captain, you can do a lot of science. As a lot of people in game will call it, science space magic, and be able to accomplish whatever you want to look into doing. This captain here happens to be a tactical captain. That's kind of what I was aiming for. I'm a lot more familiar with the tactical side of things. I do a lot of space science as well, and it's just one of those things that I'm more used to here in this game myself. I like to do different things, different tactics, so I'll take a tactical captain, but then I'll make him heavy on science skills for whatever purpose of making sure that I can do certain aspects of things. And it's just based upon how you like and how you prefer. So, like I said, I'll probably end up doing a lot on this one here. I'll probably do a tactical captain, but also go heavy on a science aspect to try something a little different, a little unique. I'm not very fond of the mentality that you gotta go with certain skills, certain ships, certain captains, certain weapons that you always got to be using. I like to mix it up and do different things along the way. And I'm not going to be the most damage efficient person, but I can definitely still get the job done in the end, one way or the other. And in some ways, I just have fun doing it. And that's really what the game should be about. It's about having fun in whatever fashion it means for you. You could end up doing something different, and someone might get some ideals from what you're doing based upon that. And for me, it's about doing something a little different, trying not to be stuck in the same sort of mentality or method on everything. Because I do find that as you do something different, you find something that's exciting to try and build for. You might find a set of commands and skills that you want to combine in some fashion that maybe no one else thought of doing, or maybe you just want to just pull from your own imagination and see if it works. Don't let people steer you off in the wrong direction. You can definitely talk to people, and most of the time you can find someone that has done that before, and they can give you the best method to make it work. If you're looking to be a tank, You know, there's certain things that you definitely want to do, and there's a lot of great tanks out there. If you want to be the highest damaging person in some of the different task force that there is in this game, you can definitely focus on that and work on that. But I recommend, you know, before you go chasing any of that stuff, just play the game, learn the game itself, before you even think about diving into any of that, because maybe it's not for you. Not necessarily the game, but maybe what you're looking to do is not for you. Maybe you want to try something that's like more healing aspect of things. You want to figure out how you can be the most efficient healer. You want to be the most badass science captain. You can definitely do all that stuff in this game. You can make it all work out for you in the long run. That's one of the nice things I like about this game. Is there's so many different courses of how you can do the same thing anymore, that you don't have to be stuck behind the mentality that some people have. And so as you do things, you'll figure out, you know, everything that there is, and you might find something a lot better in the end.
Mayday! Mayday! We're barely holding on here. Can anyone help?
A Starfleet vessel is in trouble. Assist them.
There's a lot of accolades that you'll see in this game. A lot of those accolades are very good for different things that you want to do and accomplish. So definitely recommend figuring out what they are. And you know, if you don't know what they are, there's always ways of asking and figuring and finding out some different things. A lot of the damages that you can do, like the energy weapons, you can gain accolades for those. Like if you saw me hit 1 million in all-around damage. So that's definitely one of the things that you can end up doing on that front.
A force is coming your way. I will assist you.
Okay, where? There we are. You can get accolades for healing the ship, too. You can get accolades for healing other people. There's ground accolades, and a lot of those accolades will give you different things and different bonuses. The other thing with Star Trek Online, for those who might be aware, if you're watching this, there is a version of the game on the PlayStation that you can play. I think that, and there's also an Xbox version, so if you don't have a computer, you can definitely play it on one of those two types of systems. Now this ship isn't necessarily geared weapon-wise for my style of flight when I'm on a smaller ship or on a slower ship either. If I'm on a slower ship, I typically will use beam weapons because I can fly on the side and shoot them out that way. That's typically how I like to fly in a slow ship. I like a lot of the faster ships as well. I find that the faster ships is a lot more fun to fly with because you can do different things. My personal favorite ships are the pilot ships. Simply because they got all sorts of pilot maneuvers that are so fun to play in the game. It kind of adds a little bit of fun. Sometimes I'll go into space dock up in the space area around it, and I'll just play around with some of the pilot maneuvers just for the fun of it.
And the Founders want you to serve alongside the Alliance as part of their defensive forces.
So where I was at the end of the little tutorial here for everything here. Now you got your ally you get to pick as a Jem'Hadar, and I'm going to end up going probably with Starfleet. It's a personal preference. A lot of it has to do with there's a lot more readily available items on the Starfleet side of things.
Interesting
That's
choice.
just my personal favorite.
I think you'll fit in well there, eventually.
obviously, if you want to do
It
something
might take
that's
some time to get
from
used
the
to way they
Klingon
operate,
side, you can
but I
definitely do
believe
that.
you're
Those
ready
still
for
are the main alliances that you end up getting aligned with one way or the other, as it is. And you see I got like 1,000-day veteran rewards, like those are something that you can gain by going to certain spots.
The Alliance has agreed to a summit.
And then your next
with us
mission is
to
almost,
discuss the
and most of the
return
times
of
it
the
pops up
what can
automatically
be done
and you
to
can go
prevent
through
their
and start
aggression
doing stuff.
devastating
One of the things I'll
all
probably end up doing is I'll probably
galactic
replay a
Despite
mission a few
recent
times and
events,
get some of these,
they've agreed to host the
like
summit at Deep
pull
Space
on beam
Nine.
weapons if that's my choice of
Not
weapons that I want to
surprised.
go with.
None
I
of
might
the
go with some
galactic
something
powers are
different. I
comfortable
might actually
hosting
pull
a
some
civilian
weapons from
fleet
another character that I
in their
have
territory.
and
Meet
really
with
just
me at
transfer them
DS9
over to this
prior to the
character
beginning of the
and
summit.
utilize
I'd like to
that.
discuss all of it, if you'll excuse me.
So at this point in time, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and end the stream here. It's been an hour already as it is. I don't want to make these too long. So I'm going to probably take this time to finish off this captain so I can get it equipped and set up here a little bit better for the next stream so that it's got the right setup that I want to have. I'll probably end up working on getting some of these ship masteries unlocked here so that I have that, and you know, just go from there. So there's a lot of these ships that I want to unlock here, and hopefully by the point in time that I get done with this particular string of character here, that I'll have most of the Jem'Hadar ships unlocked so I can use them on other classes. Some of them I'd like to use on them. Anyways, thank you very much for joining us, and I hope you join us again next Wednesday is the next time for Star Trek Online. Friday is Final Fantasy. Mondays is typically going to be a mobile game that I'm going to pick out. I'm probably going, after this, I'm probably going to do probably a 5-10 minute on one of the mobile games that I like to play quite a bit, and I might just save that for the next Monday since I missed this last Monday. I'm not sure what I'm going to do. I might just let it go until just next Monday what comes up, and then worry about streaming on that. But next time you see this captain, hopefully this ship mastery will be unlocked here completely, and I'll have a few other ships open up and ready for me to start using and having some fun with. Have a nice day.